If you look back to the left, kind of hard to see. Mount Hermon is to your left, including this Jewish town, which is called Majd al-Shams. And we are heading via Nimrod, the community called Nimrod, towards Mas'adeh on the way to Katzerin. That's where we are going to. It will take us a little bit like 40 some minutes to get to our lunch place. People, take a look on your left. Up to the top, you can see the whole mountain. Yes. The snow of Mount Hermon, instead of the dew as it's mentioned in the Bible. By the way, if you're wondering what language do the Druze speak, they speak, of course, Arabic. Arabic is the language of the region. But the Arabic is different from the one, let's say, Syrian Arabic, Moroccan Arabic, Egyptian Arabic, Palestinian Arabic, slight different. They can understand each other, but it's not the same Arabic. You saw the snow, right? Okay. Yes, snow, yeah.
Some seriously tight S-turns on this road.
They advertised cherries back then.
Also something to pay attention to. You can see how they terrace the land, especially on the right. When you terrace the land, you are preventing of the good soil that you need to flush down, and you keep it. At the same time, you create a fence to your property. So you can see an example. Take a look on the right. You can see that? How the land being terraced. this is the other, or one of the main towns of the Jews. It's called Mas'adeh. Mas'adeh, not Masada, Mas'adeh. Druze, remember the word Druze because we talked about Druze. Are the same Druze as we've seen the one on Mount Carmel. But the Druze of here, don't forget, used to be Syrian citizens. And some of them still see themselves as loyal Syrian citizens. Because they are kind of trapped between living here and having their families in Syria. So they have to show some sort of, I would say, camaraderie. So remember the village and remember the Jews' faith. We've talked about them. Well, we're going to have lunch. The lady is a Druze. She is what you call a wise lady because she knows the principle of the belief. It's not for everyone to know. You have to make your own journey. And you make a decision when you're 15 whether you like to go on the way of learning more about your belief, and that means you have to change your lifestyle. So the lady that you're going to meet, she's a Druze. Her husband is a Druze too. He has to be a Druze, but he is not one of the wise people. In other words, he didn't choose the way to go and study more about the religion. So in a family you can find one yes and one no. The one which are more the people who know more about the religion are called Okal, because the men wear a certain turban on their head. You might see them as we are driving here. And the one who doesn't know much, they are the simple people. We call them Johal. So you have Johal and Okal. This is a big town, Mas'adeh. It's a big town, yes. There, take a look on your right. You see the ladies? You see those two ladies on the right?
Two ladies.
They are what you may call the born-again Jews or the religious Jews. Yeah. to your enemy, because if you don't, then finally you face reality. And we were honestly too arrogant, and we paid an enormous price. We won the war, but the price in the life of people was too high. It was so high that at the end of the war of 73, the people of Israel were pushing the government to have an investigation committee that will investigate what the leadership did and what the army did and how come they were not prepared. And the result of that investigation committee was so bad that the chief of the army had to leave office, the head of the intelligence of the army had to leave office, the minister of defense had to leave office. So it really touched the people in higher position. Golda Meir, the prime minister at the time, even though she did not need to leave office, but she took it very personal. And even though the election after the war she won, she chose not to continue, and she retired of being, she chose to resign, sorry, not that resign, of being a prime minister. So the 73 campaign is not just a war. It was a war that put us on the alert. It was a war that became the watershed line of the Israeli politics. So this is as far as the 73. I was a soldier here. I was already a young reservist, belonged to a certain unit which is a scout unit. And I can tell you that the memories that we carry, that I personally carry from that war, is for the most part unpleasant, because it's the first time that I saw, as a young Israeli soldier, I saw planes above my head, but they were not Israelis. They were pretty much Syrian, MiG, Russian plane, that's the Syrian unit. And I don't know if you ever had a chance in your life to see a plane laying eggs, meaning laying bombs. It's like a laying of an egg, and it comes like he lay eggs. It's not really a pleasant look, especially when it's above your head. And you try to dig yourself to the ground as much as you can. The war was over, and we won. But we should always look at what we can learn. And we had an important lesson. Now, my normal service between 67 and 70, at 73 I was already a reservist in reserve duty, but we were called to be here. My unit was called to be here. Unfortunately, at the second day of the war, we have lost some of our people because we were ambushed by Syrian tanks. And I can tell you, it's not a very pleasant look when a tank is aiming at you from 200 meters. And unfortunately, we had lost some of our members. And again, the memories from that war to many Israelis is a war that we learned an important lesson. And unfortunately, the lesson was with the life of people. Come kids, come close. Come closer. And always allow, remember the short people, come, people, come. Come, it's a bit cold, I know. It's like cold like in Virginia. Yeah. It will be. Come. People, come close. Now, Can you see me? Okay. Now before picture, let me tell you. You see the big white complex?
Yes.
This is United Nations. 600 soldiers. You can call them soldiers if you want. India, Nepal, Uruguay, Ireland, you name it. Remember, never America, never Russia. Never. Can't be. Now, do you see, now if you take a line from this white compound, you see another white house, can you see? And then there is another white tower.
Yes.
White tower, you
Sorry.
can see it clearly. And then take a line at the end of the farming land. Trees are being separated with trees. This is a Syrian town called Kuneitra. This is a Syrian city. The name of it Kuneitra. That's the name. Now why it is deserted? Because the Syrians decided after 73 war to leave it deserted, to use it for propaganda, and I'm not kidding you. They bring in reporters from around the world, and they tell them, look at this, you see what the Israelis did? But they forgot to mention they started the war, but that's a minor detail. Now, where do they build the new one? Look at your horizon. Do you see a town right there? There is a town. Can you see a town right there? That is New Kuneitra. Until not too long ago, about 2 or 3 months ago, the opposition who were fighting the government, they captured this one. They captured that town. Meaning the opposition, including ISIS, was here fighting the government there. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now the government is all over. Now the government is able to control everything. Okay, look at the road. Where you see a UN car right there? United Nations car? Right there, you see the car? White car. White car. Now do you see a road goes up?
Yes. Including the big water pond.
So we are close to the border of Syria here. You can see Syria there. That's the United Nations compound. All the white buildings down there. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let's get it back in focus again. There we go. So all the white buildings down there are the United Nations. We're about 2 miles, we're told, from the Syrian border. Closest point we'll get there. If I turn around, you can see the top of this mountain is completely covered in fog. That is right on the other side of the road from us. It is cold here. Very cold.
But to be honest, we don't allow it. We supply food to Syria, but we don't allow Syria to come. Yes, question.
What are they doing here?
This is a geological museum. Why?
museum?
What museum? Yes, yes. Why here? Because we are here in the Big Rift Valley. If you heard about the Big Rift Valley, which starts in Turkey and ends in Lake Tana, Ethiopia, there is this geological world phenomena. We are in the middle of a big valley, and everything works all the time. Even if you don't feel it, we have earthquakes. And this is why the birds. Remember, I said the birds migrating. Where do they migrate? Along the Big Rift Valley, all the way to Africa. They will do it in the fall, and they will come back in the spring. So this is what we see. All good? Take your pictures.
Now, can you see
mess
the
was going to
Lebanese
60
border
kilometers
anywhere around here?
See this? see all that where we're standing right here. The UN camp, El Madoria, the Israeli-Syrian border, and Kuneitra, which is Syria.
יש לנו זה משהו טוב.
It is doggone cold up here.
משה,
I'm gonna say 40 degrees, and the wind is blowing. Not like lower altitudes in Israel where it's been actually pretty warm. Close to 70 degrees. It's been very, very nice. But world history right here in the middle of it.